I just checked out a J.R. Wisdom video, so I'm like, might as well check out another one. You know what I'm saying? Some women just want to get the cheese class to stop doing this.
Ever look at a person and think they're out of my league? My first love was literally shaped like Hank Hill under these clothes. If you
I don't know what Hill
don't
is.
know what I mean, look up Hank Hill naked. You'll know
Okay.
exactly what I'm talking about. When I say there's no exaggeration in what I'm saying, I'm dead serious. Do not look at nobody and think they're too good for you. You can get them.
Y'all, is it just me? Because I hate when I see a fine. And I'm not the type of that shoot my shot. Like, I'm never approaching it first. I'm never shooting my shot first. And it's like, y'all are both be looking at each other, but
You know, does this mentality mean somebody's insecure? Because Tony said, I'm not approaching a dude, ever. Like, is it just because you're looking for somebody who values you enough to come up to you, or are you just truly scared that you might get rejected? I always found that interesting. What's the difference in that dynamic? I agree with the first shorty shed. Like, I mean, I don't think that you should think anybody's quote unquote out of your league. I think that you should find things that at the end of the day y'all are going to relate to, and things that y'all can find common ground in. Like, I don't think like if you a dude, I'm just saying, I don't think that if you were a dude that's saddled to a job where you're making X amount of money, if you're trying to go after, like, let's say a Rihanna, obviously I understand Rihanna's taken, but just using an example, this woman is a celebrity. She can't, you know what I'm saying, wake up one day and just go to the stove with you. Unfortunately, like, she's going to live a different lifestyle than you. She's probably getting booked and pulled this way and that way for music, for company meetings, etc. Business meetings, all that type of stuff. She's just going to live it, like, vastly different life than you. And then obviously you can add in the money aspect. But I think that's more important than anything. You should find somebody who in some sense would align with you.
he don't approach you, he don't say nothing, you just be thinking like, damn, I'm probably never gonna see this again, but my pride is too big for me to shoot
There you go.
my shot at it. Like, I just never been that type
Pride.
of girl.
I don't think men realize that women also hope that we get lucky. Like, you know, the running joke is like, oh, like, I hope I get lucky. I hope she likes me enough to sleep with me, right? We also hope that we like you enough to sleep with you on the first date. We hope for the same things. And I fear that it hasn't clicked yet that what's really happening is not that you are doing and saying things where we're like adding points and like the top of the chart is like the top of the pyramid, whatever, is us being like, I'm gonna go home with him or he's gonna come home with me. What's really happening is that like a lot of the times, based on what we've projected onto you and, you know, bottom line, we probably already think you're cute. You know what I mean? What's really happening is you are doing and saying things that are making us deduct points. I mean, if you're an exemplary man, like maybe you're just like taking it tenfold. I don't know. Haven't seen it yet. I went on a date this weekend, and at one point during the date, this man played devil's advocate.
What do you mean?
Shit that the devil did not need help advocating for.
Oh, okay.
He did not need your help. Needless to say, we both went home alone. And if you don't get the point of what I'm trying to say, and your first thought is, oh, she's a bop, I want to make it clear, because of this, sex on the first date almost never happens. This is not about me or any other woman being a. This is about me being so almost constantly talked out of being a.
Yes, I like this. So this is definitely a good one from all of these different ladies speaking on this. And one thing I want you to know, guys, because a lot of you guys overthink it, and I was told this maybe 10 years ago when I had first gotten divorced, or over 10 years ago, when I had first gotten divorced, you know, got back out in these streets and didn't know what I was doing. You never know what a woman's going to say. You never know. So we have these preconceived notions. I was going to do a separate video called You're Not a Mind Reader. You don't know what that woman's thinking. The woman that you think is out of your league could be the woman that's down for you and that's ready to go. Just like as far as clapping a woman, as she said, and she's making light of it, but this is true, guys. A lot of times women do want to get clapped on the first date. They want to be, you think these women aren't giving it up to Chris Brown and all these dudes who they think will make them feel electric that night? And they don't have to be under influence either. If they view you and she's having a good night, some women just want to keep the vibes up. That doesn't mean she's going to talk to you the next day. That just means that she wants to get clapped that night. And a lot of you dudes end up talking yourself out of the buns. That's why, and when I say this, people get upset and they say things. But, bro, you don't do a lot of talking. Your presence is what matters. People talk about looks, and you heard the first girl say Hank Hill. It doesn't matter about looks. It matters about how you make a woman feel. You have to make a woman feel important and that she's being heard, right? You don't do all the talking. You do 30%. You do 30% of the talking, and you listen. You let her talk. You ask her engaging questions, intriguing questions, things like that. You don't talk yourself out of the buns by trying to challenge a woman and talk about politics, religion, all these other things. And as she said, well, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate and all this stuff. No, women don't like to be challenged. Women don't like to think. Women don't like to go into these other conversations. They want to seem like they're the subject matter expert in the situation.
I can agree with that. Like, if you're really like, trying to date out here and you come at it doing too much, I think that can definitely push a lot of people away. And not even just like, sexually. I think that, bro, if you're coming out there just trying to make friends and you bringing up all these controversial topics and you're trying to, kind of like, I don't want to say drum up beef, but you're kind of stirring the pot, doing too much, being too extra, creating a lot of tension and friction, I think a lot of people are just not going to want to be around you.
Right? They don't want to be told that they're wrong or that you may be smarter than her. She wants to feel like she's the smartest. She just wants to get a good laugh, feel important, feel pretty, feel sexy, feel wanted, because she, and this is one thing that my bro told me, she wants to know that there's some type of sexual innuendo. Even if there's not chemistry, she wants to know that you're sexually into her. What if you got to lose? Because chances are you're never going to talk to this woman again. That's why you have to clap immediately. And I know you guys have been. You guys know I have said that. You have to clap immediately because you don't know what that woman's got going on. You don't know what she's going through. You don't know what she's going to do. You don't know if she's got a man in her.
Hey, yo, that's funny, but I can, like, if that is your true, like, if that's your true, like, that's your plan, that's your method, then I feel it like you do have, like, a small, like, you have a small window of opportunity. That's funny, though.
Home, boyfriend, you don't know if she's going to go back to him tomorrow or waiting for his call. You need to clap immediately. Don't waste a second. Invite a woman wherever you're, Jared, I'm not going to go back. She's not going to go back to where I'm staying. I'm not going to do that. Hey, just do what you do, man, at the end of the day. But you have to clap immediately because tomorrow that woman will probably be a different person because women always are. Every day. They wake up and they're a different person all the time. So that's one thing you guys got to keep in mind when it comes to stuff. Different person all the time. Clap immediately. Have it in the back of your mind that even though a woman will say that I'm not going to give up the buns, I'm not going to do this, I'm not sleeping with you till I'm married, and then do something completely different. It's happened to me tons of times. A woman will tell you this, and then she ends up giving up the buns. It's happened to a lot of y'all dudes. Y'all can attest to this as well. That's just how it is, folks. You can't sit there and wonder and stuff like that, or am I saying stuff wrong? You have to try her. A woman has to be tried. It's not about you being disrespectful. You have to try. And women like the fact that you try. I'm not talking about it in a sleazy way. You know what I'm saying? You can be cool about it, invite her over for a vibe, for some music and drinks, and if she's not with it, that's cool too. Send her on about her way. Maybe another day. Maybe another day, bro. You can't be sitting here just all hung up on shit. So that's what I want to leave with you fellas. Don't think that women don't like sex. Don't think that they don't. A woman may be out.
Hey, that's the craziest thing? I think a lot of people, and I think this can go either way. A lot of people assume a lot based off somebody you don't know. And I think that's the craziest thing, is that we just don't know. And I think that's true when you're talking about celebrities, but you're also talking about your fellow man, people that you should meet on a day-to-day. You don't know them. You don't know what they are or are not doing. So if you think that this woman is just finna go home and go to sleep, she may, like, what I'm saying? She might be outside. She might be a wild animal. You know what I'm saying? Outside with it. And vice versa. I think it's true, too. You might be thinking, oh, this woman, she definitely about to do this. She definitely about to do this. She about to give it up. But she might be saving herself to marriage. You don't know these people, bro. Get to know people instead, though.
Out that
respectfully
night, or maybe going out with you just to get her rocks off, because she may be going through something. She may be at a moment where that's all she wants. She doesn't want you to talk. She doesn't want any of that. She just wants you to provide her with a D. Now, I know that's shallow, but I'm saying for you guys who don't really care about relationships and things like that, because some women aren't either.
That's actually true. I be saying that a lot. I think a lot of women don't want to be wives, and vice versa. I think a lot of dudes don't want to be husbands. I think we kind of like in this strange like period where I think it's more freeing for people to be more like just kind of like basically date around, sleep around. Like that's kind of what it is. And a lot of people don't want to be like penalized, demonized, or anything like that for that. Let me know if I'm tripping, bro.
Just looking to get off and with a man that they think is cool, and that's just that. But a lot of you guys be watching this content thinking that, what do you bring to the table? You're a 304. How many?
Yeah. A lot of these dudes watch like Fresh Fit content, and they feel like they gotta go meet a woman and do this. Like, I've been seeing these videos where these dudes go to like, I don't know, public places, and they're like, how tall would you want a guy to be? And they give a height, and the dude's like, all right, step on this scale. That's weird. I understand there's some hypocrisy in it, but what problems are you solving?
How many bodies did you have? And you've never been on a date. So
and you dating this woman that may not even be interested in a relationship right now. She may not be interested in that. And you're trying to qualify her and quantify this and that about her. In regards to a relationship metric. She may just be out there vibing, twin. And vice versa.
Thing you can ask a woman this, and you're turning her off, asking her all these weird ass questions. Dates are about being fun. It's about her letting her hair down. She got dressed. She came out with you to have a good time. Now, I say this all the time because women like to be entertained. You are her entertainment, right? Unless you're one of those elite guys, like I said, you're a celebrity or you're a well-known guy, then all that overrides this BS that the average dude has to go through. So she'll just give it up to you just for whatever, because that's just how it is. That's how it.
I bet you them dudes getting curved too, though. I'm not so quick, nor was I to sleep with a woman I just met. Between disease and STDs, I had to receiving random women and men. Today, everyone needs to start asking for test results. And yes, I would take a test too, but I already have results, and they were negative. I agree with that too. Like, I think that we should not be championing people just, willy-nilly moving around like that. My life changed and game improved. My older sister sat me down and said, stop trying so hard. Women like sex too. Let's be real. This new generation of dudes is lame, bro. Just talk to her and be normal. You broke and she broke. Don't be afraid of her. Bad info. Semen retention and abstinence is paramount right now. I agree with that. You got to focus on other things. Yes, sir, this is the one. A focused, disciplined man is a more powerful man and can't be easily manipulated or deceived. The less I pay attention to women and focus on my goals, purpose, and desires, the more powerful I feel internally. I feel like I can conquer and obtain anything I put my mind to. That's part of the problem, too. You got these dudes that are turning women off when they have a conversation with them because they don't even understand what it's like to have a conversation with a person. You haven't worked on social skills. You haven't developed anything internally that would help you character-wise. Facts. Women don't like to think. I know I talk my way out of plenty fine. One thing I could say is I've come across plenty of women who I've seen years later tell me that they always wanted to get with me. Yeah, I'm like, why haven't you said anything? Facts. Sometimes you gotta shoot. I fumbled on us in the past by not catching the momentum. Sometimes we think we might be making a move we consider it as being thirsty, but it's not. It's being honest and intentional, and women respect it, even when they may not respond the way we want. Too much work, too much thinking. Here in the U.S., this is absurd. Man can check all the boxes, it's still difficult. So how about pulling that passport? Imagine a woman telling you she wants to get with you, but she looks like Hank Hill in the face. Facts. They talking about hot dudes. They not talking about an average dude. And that's what I was about to say too. Hey, don't be out there thinking that, just because she wanted. Again, like I said, y'all don't know these people. She just might be going on a date because you've been dying to ask her to go to this restaurant that she's always been wanting to try. And so you just might be what a freak. My fault. What was I saying? Oh, you might just be the means of her getting there. That's it. And maybe along the way she might be like, oh, this dude is actually cool by getting to know you or whatever the case may be. But you thinking that she's like, oh, she's really trying to do, that may not be true, bro. Jump out, man. Leave with confidence and control at all times. Cause that for a reason carries up in such a manner she has to respect you. Dating women is tricky because most times if you're too honest about smashing them, it looks like you get rejected. Sometimes someone say yes. That's where the game comes in, like a job interview, telling them things they don't want to hear. Well, I mean, bro, talk about innuendos. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. Shout out to JR Wisdom.